Hello everyone, welcome to another Outlook session with FXGiants. It's a new week and it's time to explore new opportunities. So without wasting time, let's jump into our charts. This week we're going to be looking at Euro USD, GBP USD, gold and US oil. So we'll be starting from Euro USD and this is the monthly time frame. Now if you can look carefully, we will see that Euro USD has been overall bearish in the past few months rather. Now, Euro USD came to 0.99744 region and we've seen a reaction from that point. Now, if price breaks below 0.99744 region, the next zone we'll be looking at is 0.96184. That's to the downside. And if for any reason we break above 1.04494, then we can expect higher prices towards 1.08340. But for clarity, let's go down to the lower time frame to see what we can find. Alright, so this is the weekly time frame. Let's see here. So we have this zone here, which is marked up with this rectangle. Now price has shown some rejection from 0.99744 region. So what I'll be expecting to see is a push back into this zone first. Then from this zone here, we may see a sell continuation to the downside. Sell continuation from this zone. Let's look at it clearly on the lower time frame. Now this is the daily time frame. This is that zone marked up from the weekly. Now you can see that that zone is a key zone here. We've seen some reactions from that zone in the past. Now I expect that there may be a potential sell opportunity when price returns back into that zone. So we'll call it a short-term buy and a long-term sell. Now, if you look closely, let's take this off. Now, if you look closely to your left, you will see a pattern that has formed here. So this is an extra confluence for us here, seeing this pattern that has formed here. So we expect, since we've had the breakout out of this head and shoulders pattern, we expect the pushback to retest that zone, then a sell continuation to the downside. And until this daily high is taken out, that is this point here, this shoulder, my bias remains bearish until that point is taken. But if for any reason that point is taken, then we can begin to look for higher prices. So that's it. Euro USD. Let's move to GBP USD quickly. Alright, GBP USD as well has been bearish and price has come into a key zone. We are seeing some rejections from that key zone at the moment, but we still have this level which we are expecting price to come to. That's about 1.14358 possibly. Okay, so let's look at it on a lower time frame. This is the weekly time frame. Alright, so on the weekly time frame we can see that price broke below a previous zone here. That's around 1.22855 zone. Price has broken below that zone. So what we may see now is a little push up to retest that zone before a sell continuation to the downside. Now let's look at it on the daily time frame. Alright, so this is the daily time frame. Nothing much here, looks so much like the weekly. So let's see the 4 hours. Alright, so this is the 4 hours time frame. You can see that short term we're having some bullish movement at the moment. Now we have this zone marked up here. Price has broken below it and retested. Now what we want to see now is a possible push into this zone before a sell continuation. So that's a short-term buy and a long-term sell. Now as long as this daily high remains intact, that's here around 1.24050 region, as long as it remains intact, our bias remains bearish. So price can either react from here or even push this high before the sell continuation to the downside. But overall, as long as the daily high remains intact, our bias remains bearish until it is broken above, then we can begin to expect higher prices. So let's look at gold next. All right, so gold has been bearish overall in the past few months, but if you look carefully, gold has come into a key zone here, and we can see some reaction from that zone. Now, if price breaks out of this zone, the low of that zone is around 1675.39. If price breaks below that zone, then I will be expecting a potential push to about 1555.00 zone. So let's see clearly on the lower time frame. But before we go there, remember that this is a key zone and gold can actually react from there and continue higher. But we want to see bullish order flow first to confirm that move. Now let's look at it on the weekly time frame. Now on the weekly time frame, you can see price clearly respecting that zone marked up here. Last week closed with a massive rejection from that zone. But we also have this previous zone that is yet to be mitigated here. This is an unmitigated zone. So price can actually come back into this zone here and come back into this zone. Trying to mark it up. Yes, here. Then we may see a sell continuation from here. But let's look at it closely on the daily time frame. All right, so this is gold daily time frame. You can see that we have some key zones marked up here. Now these are possible areas where price can actually react from. Now price can react from this first zone here, which the low at about 1753.00, or price can extend as high as 1786.09 zone. But overall, as long as this daily high remains intact, our bias still remains bearish until this high is taken out. But for many of these zones, we can experience a fall to the downside again. But overall, the bias remains bearish. So it's going to be a short-term buy and possibly a long-term sell. We'll see how market develops within the week. Quickly, let's move to US oil. Right, US oil has been printing bearish candles. Currently, US oil has retested 88.28 level. Now, if price breaks below 88 level, we'll be expecting to see price come back for 83 level. But let's look at it clearly on the weekly time frame. Now, coming to the weekly time frame, you can see that we have a zone here which price has actually been reacting from. That's somewhere there. Now price broke below it, tapped into 88 level, and currently price is just on top of that zone again. So let's see it clearly on the daily time frame if there's anything we can trade there. All right, so on the daily time frame you can see price massively rejecting from that zone, but if you see price is failing to break the last high. The last high is still impact, so this looks more like a push to the downside, a retracement, and now we are seeing some sell from this point. Now what we would love to see today or within the week is a break below 91 region. Once we break below 91 zone, we'll be expecting price to come back to 88 zone, and if price breaks below 88 zone, we can expect as low as 83 zone. Let's see from the 4 hours time frame if there is a clear setup. All right, it remains the same. Price is bearish. We tested this zone just like we predicted, just like we discussed last week, and now it is selling off massively. And now if we have a break below 91 zone, just like I said, we'll be looking for lower prices to the downside. So that's going to be it for today. If you like this outlook, you can just kindly follow us on all our social media platforms, and don't forget to like and also share our contents. Within the week, we're going to see how price progresses, and we'll send out an update on all of these setups. So that's going to be it. Have a wonderful week, and I wish you all the best.